Hello, Rama Pupoda. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's go with next devotee, Maurice Friedman. Maurice Friedman was a genius. He was born in a Jewish ghetto in Poland. He came from such a poor family that he tasted white bread only at the age of 13. He could read and write Russian, Hebrew, and Cyrillic by the age of 10 and could speak fluent Russian, Polish, French, English, and Hebrew. He stood first in his class right from his school days to the time he was a student of electrical engineering. An extraordinary genius. He had nearly 100 patents for his engineering inventions by the time he was just 20. At the age of 25, Maurice had a strong inner urge to seek God. In the process, he gave up Judaism and took to Russian Orthodoxy. He became a monk, leading an austere life in a solitary monastery. On one of the rare occasions he ventured out, he found himself on top of a mighty waterfall. Here, Satan tempted him by saying, "If you have real faith in Jesus Christ, and if you really love the church, jump into this waterfall." Maurice very characteristically jumped immediately into the deep shafts wearing his monk's robe. Would Arunachala let anything happen to him? His robe got entangled in some of the shrubs on the precipice and he was saved. Proof that when there is earnestness, a thirst to know the truth will guide us. All the orthodox dogmas he was practicing failed to lead him to the truth, and he became vexed. He sought freedom from bondage of every kind. This quite led him to the Theosophical Society and to Annie Besant. The meeting with J. Krishnamurti impressed him the most. All these meetings took place in 1926. Krishnamurti declared, "Truth is a pathless land, and that truth can be arrived at only by applying oneself diligently without being dependent on any kind of external authority." This approach appealed to Maurice, and he had lengthy dialogues on the subject with Krishnamurti. It is on record that Krishnamurti always obliged Maurice whenever he wanted to talk to him. Maurice had a seething desire to see God and know the truth, but all the while, from 1928 to 1934, he continued working in the electrical industry. He became the general manager of a well-known electrical goods manufacturing factory in France. Yet, his aspiration to know the truth never left him, and he started reading the French and German translations of Vedantic treatises like the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. 1935 proved to be the turning point in his spiritual life. This was when he started reading Paul Brunton's books. The teaching, "Who Am I?" proved to be tremendously enlightening. The teaching that truth exists within oneself rather than outside of the self made him turn within. Paul Brunton's book kindled the burning desire to visit India and meet the living sage, Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. In all these, Providence guided him. The Diwan of Mysore. A Diwan is akin to the chief minister of a state or even the prime minister of a country. Wanted to modernize his state and was touring Europe and England to learn more about the facilities available in these countries. One day, he visited the factory that Maurice Friedman was in charge of. He was so impressed by Maurice's sincerity, application, and hard work that he requested him, "Will you please come to our state and advise us on how to develop our state?" In the 1930s, India was in a very backward condition, and technology had really not found a place here. Maurice shot back characteristically, "My bags are packed, sir. I am prepared to leave for India with you. Such was the beauty of Maurice. Maurice Friedman arrived in India, the country of his dreams, in 1935. He was put in charge of setting up a big electrical goods manufacturing factory since he was an expert in the field. His aspiration, however, was to meet Bhagavan. Despite his busy work schedule, he went to meet him. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupoda.